Hi, today we're going to talk about the mapping tool that accompanies the Virginia Early Childhood Foundation's 2013 Biennial School Readiness Report Card. This mapping tool contains visual presentation of key data indicators in the report card, but will be updated annually and already includes an additional year of data. So to click on it, you can click right on this interactive mapping tool logo. It's also found at www.vareportcard.com/map. So when you get to the mapping page, if you need to get back to the report card, you can always click on this School Readiness Report Card in red title, and it'll jump you right back to the links for the full report card. You can also click tabs to get overviews of each category. As you remember from the report card, it's categorized into risk, reach, results, and recommendations. So what you see on here is a map of Virginia with each of the 134 localities shown. Localities are both counties and independent cities. The independent cities are listed in the text here because many of them are far too small to be easily clicked on the map. So when you need to link to one of the independent cities, you're going to click here. All of the counties can be clicked directly on the map. All right, and below you're going to see the most recent 4 years of data for each of the 10 of the key indicators under the categories of risk, reach, and results as described in the original report. And when you first come to the site, the first set of data that comes up are going to be Virginia statistics for the whole state. So under the data indicators, you're going to see categorized by risk, reach, and results, a series of indicators. I'm going to go through them briefly just to review what they refer to. So under risk, we have births to mothers with less than 12 years of education, and this is the percentage of all live births in the calendar year, January to December, percentage of births born to mothers who did not finish high school. And this is listed as a percentage, so 9.7% of all live births were infants born to mothers with less than 12 years of education at the time of delivery. Please note that live birth data does not include intentional terminations or miscarriages. The second indicator under risk is births to teenage mothers ages 15 to 17 years per 1,000. This is a rate per 1,000, so used instead of percentages when the rates are smaller than 1%. So here, 10.2 per 1,000 just means 10.2 out of every 1,000 females aged 15 to 17 years gave birth in Virginia in 2012. 10.2 per 1,000 is the same as 1.02%. It's just expressed in a different unit. The third risk indicator is low birth weight, or less than 2,500 grams at birth. This is also based on live births and excludes intentional terminations or miscarriages. And 2,500 grams is approximately 5.5 pounds. Under reach, the indicator is unused slots in the Virginia Preschool Initiative, and this is expressed as a percentage. You'll note that there's 2 years listed here because it references the school years. And of course, school years start in the fall and end in the spring of the following year. So this just means that 28% of the slots available in the VPI were unused in the school year 2013-2014. Under results, the K through 3 repeaters indicator refers to the number and percentage of students in the kindergarten class who repeated at least one grade between the time they enrolled in kindergarten and the time they reached 3rd grade. So once again, we have 2 years listed for the 2009-10 school year. I'll note that these data may seem old, but remember that this indicator follows children from kindergarten all the way to 3rd grade. So this year shown in the data table reflects the school year in which the children entered kindergarten. The second indicator under results is kindergartners needing literacy intervention, and this is listed here as the fall of 2013. This reflects when the children entered kindergarten and is expressed as a percentage. All of the results are simple percentages. Then the next two are percentage of children who failed the third grade reading SOL test and the 3rd grade math SOL test. The next indicator are 9th grade repeaters. This represents students who were enrolled in 9th grade for at least 2 years. And then the last indicator is high school dropouts, which represents students who had dropped out of high school in 4 years or less. And the year for this high school dropout indicator represents the graduation year for each cohort of students. Now you can also click, you'll see these year 1, 2, 3, and 4 buttons. You can click different years to see the various years of data. So the year 4 is always the most recent year of data available. Year 3 is the previous, year 2 before that, and year 1 the 4th year available. All right, and as you click on the year, you'll see the indicator will indicate which year you're referring to as we go along. You're also going to see a key down below that talks about levels of risk. You're actually not going to see this right yet for the statewide totals because this legend is used for comparisons among localities. So once we click on a separate locality, you'll start seeing what that means later. And I'll also note that if the statewide data ever goes away, you can always get it back by reloading or refreshing the page. So you can right-click and refresh. It'll always jump back to the main start page. You can also just reload the page or close it and open back up. But of course, you can also click on any of the independent cities or the counties to get the data for that locality. So when you click on an area, the data appears immediately below. And the top blue indicator indicates which area you've selected. So remember, some of the large cities like Richmond here can be clicked, but most of the independent cities are too small, and it will just select the surrounding county. So to get those areas, and in fact, I recommend whenever you need an independent city, just go directly to the text link on the top left. Okay, so I'm going to click to go over the rest of the map. I'm going to click the County of Louisa. All right, so all of these indicators have switched to that locality. You can select 4 different years of data. And now I want to talk a little bit about the colors. So we have these green, low-risk box, yellow, low to moderate risk, orange, moderate to high risk, and red for high risk. Okay, the colors of these reflect the quartiles of each indicator. The quartiles simply divide the 134 localities into 4 equal parts. So 134 does not evenly divide by 4, but it's about 33 in each risk group. So in other words, for each indicator, like births to mothers with less years of 12 years of education, all 134 localities are ranked from lowest to highest. And then the highest fourth of localities, so about the 33 localities with the highest rates of mothers with less than 12 years of education were deemed the high risk. Then the next quarter, or about the next 33 below that, were moderate to low. The next quarter, low to moderate. And then the 33 or so localities with the best rates or the lowest rates of births to mothers with less than 12 years of education were deemed the lowest risk and coded accordingly. If you want a little more details on this, there is on the blue header on the top of this page a link that says more about determining levels of risk. And if you click on that, you're going to see a little more detail that explains exactly how the quartiles were divided. Another thing you'll notice when you click on any of the localities is that when the mouse hovers over an indicator, the map lights up and color codes all of the localities based on the same 4-level indicators for the quartiles. So this helps you see at a quick glance the different areas surrounding your locality of interest. Another nice feature of this map is the ability to compare one location to another. Inside the county statistics header, there's a compare button. So when you click compare, it automatically copies whatever year and county or city is selected into a second column. This allows you to then click a second location to compare. So one could take Louisa County, for instance, and compare it to Fluvanna. So now you see Fluvanna statistics for that same year alongside Louisa County. You can continue doing this for up to 4 total indicators. So you can move 3 different localities to the right side here. And don't forget, we can always pull back the Virginia statewide statistics. So there is a link up here at the top for viewing statewide statistics if you didn't compare it out when you first went to the site. So you can click here up to the top and view Virginia statistics and add that to the compare, and then compare yet another one, say Goochland. So now we can compare Goochland to Fluvanna, to Louisa, and Virginia state as a whole. And remember, there's no quartiles for the entire state because it's a single indicator for the overall state. You can also change the different years, right? So you can still look at all 4 years. No matter what comparisons you have or what data are down here, you can always look at all 4 years of data. If you change your mind and want to select different counties, you can click the Remove button underneath the comparison columns. So if we want to remove Fluvanna County, for example, and replace it with Spotsylvania, that can be compared out, and you can still keep clicking whatever combinations that you want by removing and comparing. And you can always reset everything back to the original state if you want to start over again by right-clicking and hit, excuse me, right-clicking and refreshing, or just navigating back to the main website and hitting return, and always jump back to the overall state total.